Okay, so in section 2.5, one of the first things that you're learning about is how to find the determinant of a matrix. And in this section, it looks like they only focus on 2 by 2 determinants and 3 by 3 determinants. So I'll show you how to do both of those. The 2 by 2 determinants is actually really straightforward compared to the 3 by 3. So the 2 by 2, what you want to do is take this diagonal that goes from the upper left to the lower right and multiply those numbers together. So you've got negative 2 times 1, and then you subtract from that what you get when you multiply the other diagonal. So we're multiplying 3 times negative 2. Well, then you simplify this expression, so negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, and then here you've got 3 times negative 2, which is negative 6, but you're subtracting negative 6, which is the same as adding 6, and then combine those numbers together, and you find that the determinant of this is 4. So a 2 by 2 determinant is just simply doing a couple of multiplications and a subtraction between them. Now, a 3 by 3 determinant is a little bit more involved. Now, there is an official way of doing it using something called cofactors that I am not going to show you because there's a shortcut way to do it with 3 by 3 determinants, and that's what I'm going to show you. So what we have written here are the first, or are the whole matrix that we're taking the determinant of. What I'm going to do is rewrite the first two columns over here to the right of our determinant. So I'm just rewriting the first two columns all over again. Alright, so what that allows me to do then is something similar to what we did above. What I can do now is take diagonals. So for example, 2, 0, and 0. I'm going to multiply those numbers together. 2, 0, and 0. Then, any diagonal that goes in this downward direction, when you multiply those numbers together, you will put a plus in front of that product. So you see here I've got my 3 different diagonals that go in that downward direction. And in front of all of them I'm using addition. Now, we can also create diagonals going the opposite direction, where it goes up as it goes to the right. Those products we will have to use subtraction in front of. So I'm going to subtract 1 times 0 times 3. And then here I've got negative 3 times negative 2 times positive 2, and I need to put subtraction in front of that as well. And then my final subtracted product is 0 times 3 times negative 1. So this is a more simple way to do it than using cofactors, because now all I have to do is the multiplication and addition and subtraction. So 2 times 0 is 0. Negative 1 times negative 2 times positive 1 is positive 2. 3 times negative 3 is a negative 27. 1 times 0 times 3 is 0. Negative 3 times negative 2 times 2 is 12. 0 times 3 times negative 1 is 0. So now just combine these things together and we should end up with negative 37 if I did that math in my head correctly. Alright, so that is how to find the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix and the determinant of a 3 by 3 matrix in the most simple way.